Hey, what is up, guys? This is the Mysterious Monster Hunters of Kentucky. I'm here to first off talk about the encounter I had. Well, that's not the first thing I'm doing. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going to talk about the history and everything like that. All the stuff that happened in the past with this Bigfoot. And also, I'm going to talk about the encounter I had a long time ago when I was like in ninth grade. So, first off, we're going to start with the history. So, the Native Americans over there who lived over there, they were the Shawnee Indians over there in them woods. Well, a long time ago, they were talking about this big, hairy creature who would show up sometimes and run up in the village and grab one or two children and run off with them. He'd show up there and kill a bunch of people sometimes. I mean, he was a bad motherfucker. And they said that the thing about him was they said he could pick up the damn world, is what they said. And I don't believe that, honestly, because that's just typical Bigfoot. They're strong, dude. I don't even know if you could have. I don't know if we have the materials to contain something like that. But the thing is, they were talking about this guy like he was like a. Well, he is a monster. He's a badass animal, so he's obviously a monster. But they were talking about him like he was some type of. I don't even know. They were talking about him like he was some type of shit. Like he was as powerful as a demon or something. And I don't think he's that. He didn't have no mystical powers or anything like that they talked about. They just said that he was a big badass creature. What they called him back then was the Brownish beast. You've heard me call him the Bigfoot of the Pinicles because that's what I like to call him. But his actual name that the Shawnee Indians give him was the Brownish beast. So, yeah, that's it for all the history. Oh, yeah, then we get up into the 1800s where the settlers started coming in and stuff like that. When they started seeing him and all that stuff, I mean, they were describing him as a scary and also bizarre creature that they've never seen before. That's the best they could describe him. He didn't mess with them as much as he messed with the Shawnee Indians, but I mean, he still did steal livestock, kind of pissed him off quite a bit. Got to where he had a bounty on his head. And I guess that's it for the history on him. I mean, the sightings have been all still to this day. I mean, it's unreal. But now we get into my encounter. So, a long time ago, I was in ninth grade. I'm already graduated high school and working and all that right now. So, it was a long time ago when this happened. I was walking through the woods looking for my Nia and Pop Pop's dog, which is my dad's parents. I was looking for their dogs called Elmo and Cooper. Well, I was hunting in the woods. I was looking all over for them. I didn't know where. I got lost over in there. That place is called Davis Holler. I got lost over in that holler over there. I have no clue how I ended up in the place I was at. But I ended up in this type of mini ravine. It's not deep enough to be a ravine, and it wasn't anything. It was just more like it was rock cliffs and a way down in there. So I got down in there. I was wanting to see what the hell was that. I had to go down in there and look because it was cool as fuck. It was awesome looking. But I went down in there and I seen these I can't even explain it to you right. There's these rocks stacked up from biggest to smallest. Looks like something had spent all day and probably not stacking all those up right there. That was crazy looking. So what I did then was I said, what the fuck could have done this? Because there's some rocks in there that I know be hard for the bodybuilders and shit to pull up, man. I mean pick up, man. It's wild how big some of those rocks were. So I come around this corner. It's kind of like a place where it come like that and then come around like that. It swooped around. I come around that place like that, and right there, it looked like something had took the tree up out of the ground by the roots, turned it upside down, and stuck the top of it in the ground. This tree was, I'd say, 20 inches in diameter and fucking 50 foot long. I mean, it's sticking straight up in the air with the root ball up. I'm standing there looking straight up in the air at that. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know what the hell that was. I had no clue what was going on there. And all of a sudden, I heard brush rustling up there on top of the rock cliff. I said, what the fuck? It sounded big and it sounded heavy, and it did not sound like it was an animal that should be over in that area. I turned around. This big, hairy motherfucker is over there. He was like a reddish brown colored hair. I'd say between 9 and 10 foot tall, around that range. He had to weigh well over 850 to 900 pounds. He's standing up there beating on his chest like a fucking gorilla, screaming and yelling, making all kinds of noise. And I mean, I'm sitting there and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know to run or to stay there. And I chose to run after he pulled a tree up out of the ground and hurled it over the hill, over that rock cliff at me. I hightailed it out of them woods. I mean, I didn't even look back to see if he was coming after me. I was gone. I was up out of there. And that's what made me actually start watching Bigfoot investigations and all this crazy shit. I've been interested in him ever since that happens. I want to kill him, and I want prove he exists, because I know he exists. He's out there. He's out there, and he's not to be messed with. I'll tell you that right now. He's not to be trapped. He's to be shot or left alone, whatever the government decides to do with him. In my opinion, they can't really say, oh, go hunt him like coyotes. They can't really do that, because honestly, it's like a monkey. Monkeys are now in the Stone Age. Big feet, I mean, they can build fires and shit. I mean, it's an intelligent form of life. We can't just go out there and shoot them whenever we feel like it, like we do coyotes. That's not going to work that way. I mean, I honestly think when we discover him, he's not going to be like a coyote. You can just go hunt him whenever. It's obviously not even going to be a huntable animal. He'll be an endangered species. But other than that, that's my story. That's the history. And I'm going to tell y'all that when we do get out there in the woods, you've already seen that there's some weird shit up out there in those woods. But anyways, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.